I want to show you a more classic preparation of beef, something that Italians have different names for. Braciole is one of them. Today, we are going to put this flank steak in the oven because we are going to make a type of braciole. Now, this piece of meat comes from the underbelly area of the cow, so it's very fibrous, as you can see. And then what we want to do is something called butterfly. So you want to start at one end of the meat, one long end here. Open it up like so. And if you have any thicker areas there, you can just give that a little cut to flatten it out a little bit. We need to make a stuffing for this, and stuffings take various forms. You can have vegetable stuffings, you can have egg stuffings. I remember my grandmother always having egg and anchovy. For our stuffing, we're starting with onion. You can use a red sweet onion or a yellow onion, so you want some onion to go in. Oil-cured black olives, always good. And by the way, you can find all these recipes on CiaoItalia.com. Garlic, 3 or 4 cloves. This is about 2 1/4 pounds, so I want a significant amount of stuffing. And you whirl all that up until it's pretty pasty looking. Because we have to roll this piece of meat. That looks good. Now, I'm going to combine it with fresh spinach. There's some fresh spinach that I cooked earlier. I just put it in a pan without any additional water and just let it wilt down. This is going to make a great stuffing for this. So you put your mixture, your olives, your onions, your garlic, in with the spinach. Beautiful. And then you mix this all up, and you want to give this again some salt and pepper. So a little salt, a little coarse black pepper goes in. And then you also want to do that to the meat. You want to give that a little bit of a rub of salt and pepper. So I'm doing this part first so that I don't have to wash my hands too many times as I'm doing this. So mix that all up really well. So there's our mixture. And then you take some coarse salt, you put it over the meat. I like coarse salt because it has a better flavor. It's a natural product. And here is our pepper. So that's all on. And now you just rub that in. This is really something that a man would enjoy because it's a hearty dish. And now you put your spinach mixture over the meat. Just like that. And you have to spread that out. And then we have to roll this. I'm going to give this a little bit of cheese. Parmigiano Reggiano. Remember, that's the king of Italian cheeses, a cow's milk cheese coming from the region of Emilia-Romagna. And now let me show you how this goes. So starting at one end, you want to lift that meat and roll it as tightly as you can. If any of that filling falls out, you're going to just tuck it right back in there. So once it's in there, then you want to take some string, kitchen string, and you want to tie the meat. And there's our last cut. Now I've got to wash my hands again because now we need to get that into some oil. So in a heavy-duty pan, and I mean heavy-duty, you want to put some oil, a little bit of oil, either olive oil or you could use sunflower oil, canola oil. A little oil goes in the pan. And the trick here is that you want this meat to brown beautifully on all sides before you put it in the oven. So let's get that oil dispersed. Doesn't this look beautiful? It's all ready to go. We're going to give it just, again, a little salt and a little pepper. We made a simple tomato sauce using cherry tomatoes, or you could use plum tomatoes. Cooked it with some olive oil, garlic, and onions, and basil, and just let it cook down. You can find that recipe on ChowItalia.com. And then we added some red wine, about 1/4 to 1/2 cup. You want to mix that up. Mix that together. That wine is going to give this wonderful flavor. And this is going to be the sauce that we're going to cook the meat in. So you get that all ready. You can do that a day ahead of time. Now we're going to put the meat in. Tuck it right in there. And we're going to let it brown on one side before we turn it over. You would absolutely have to be here to smell this. It's absolutely wonderful. So now we're going to cover it, and we can turn off the heat, because now it's going to go into our oven. And your oven is on at 325 degrees. You want to, when you braise, you want to cook at a lower temperature. So mine is already preheated. This is going to take, I would say, about 1.5 to 2 hours to cook. So let me unveil that for you so you can take a look. See how beautiful that is. And ideally, before you serve that, what you want to do is cut it up into pieces. And the first thing you have to do is take off those strings. You don't want to serve people with the strings on. So take the meat out, and you see the juices have cooked down nicely. Move that out of the way for you. And then just take scissors, go around and cut off all of those strings. Get rid of it. Let me show you what this looks like inside. Beautiful.